Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
October 17th, 2025, Friday. Hey. Technical difficulties already. We working on it.
I think I got it funked out.
Oh. Right. Uh-oh. Hey, what? Hey. Live from space. Space is the place. Yeah. Can we do the show like this? The whole show? Bear with us, y'all. Working on the technical difficulties for sure. In the meantime, between time, I just want to give a shout out to everybody who's coming in this morning. Appreciate you joining us on this Friday, October 17th, 2025. Your fresh edition of First Sky Omaha in the morning is happening right now. And coming in on a Friday from outer space. As you can see, we're working on a few technical difficulties here. Buddy's in the mothership working it out. In the meantime, between time, we'll jump in and get this party started while he gets that going. So bear with us. We appreciate everybody's patience. Michelle Moreno.
And coming in on a Friday from outer space. Check. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can hear me first. So we was.
You can see we're working on a few technical difficulties.
Oh yeah. You got some. You way back in the cut there. We got to figure that out.
Between time, we'll jump in. Get this party started while he gets that going. So
you got it coming through your main still. Okay, cool. Michelle Moreno says good morning, everyone. Appreciate that. Mama God says good morning, fam. First, Pop says good Friday morning and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you, Pops. Mama God said that is true. First Sky, yeah, feel the vibe, y'all. I loved it. I need to find that effect to be able to do that on purpose. But Heather Williams gives us a good morning, everyone. Pop says that was space is the place for real. Marla Harrison says good morning, First Guy family, and happy TGIF for everyone. Judy Prinzler says fabulous Friday. All right, man. Everybody feeling good about this Friday day coming on in. So we're working it out. Buddy's working out some audio over there on his end. We had some technical difficulties we had to work through this morning, but still have some things to talk about today. And of course, the main thing is going to be the Fun Fest that we got going on. That's happening tomorrow. So we want to talk a little bit about why we're doing this today, and we'll talk about that and a lot more. Of course, there's a lot of stuff going on in the neighborhood always, as per usual. So we'll be diving in to a few stories as well. Did anybody go to the OEDC Airport Business Park meeting yesterday? I'd love to hear if you did. I know that they had a discussion, and I didn't really get to see how the turnout was and who showed up. So if you did show up, we would love for you to let us know if that's the case. Buddy, you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, barely.
How about now?
Yeah, it sounds like it's coming through a old timey telephone though, like from 1950.
Yeah. Well, I am on my phone, so.
Okay. Okay, so you got the audio coming through one and you on the other. Is that how we working it?
Yeah, right now. But can you hear me?
Yeah, can't hear you though. Yeah.
I can hear you. Can you see me?
I can see you. I can hear you. so as good as we're gonna get right now. I got it. All right. Appreciate it. The joys of live broadcasting. We appreciate you guys bearing with us. We're definitely going to get in there and get with it. So let us know if you are having some troubles, hearing and seeing what's going on. Put it in the chat. We all know that we have our editors and everybody who's in the chat that lets us know what's happening. Keep us updated. and while Buddy keeps on working this out. So we'll do that, and we'll continue on with the show. And again, we appreciate everybody joining us on this Friday. I hope the Friday is going good. This is a Love Supreme Friday, so we're going to talk about what's going on this weekend, and we are asking you, our chat chimers, to let us know what's going on in this weekend as well. What it is you got going on. Hopefully, especially if you're a chat chimer, you're gonna come on through to the Fun Fest tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and put the registration link for all you last minute folks, because you know how we roll around here in Omaha with that. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in there because we still got some spaces left. Here's the registration. If you have not gotten an invitation or a registration, then filled out the registration, please do hit that link and come on through. Register. It's a free event. I'll be at the Press Club tomorrow, and I highly suggest you come on through and check this out. We're gonna have a good time. And as a matter of fact, before we get going on that, well, first of all, Sean McCarthy says, "Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Wish I could make it to the Fun Fest. I threw some money in the tip jar." Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, brother Sean McCarthy. Yep. RG says, "Speaking of this weekend, what's the parking situation going to be like for Fun Fest?" Yeah, we're going to send out some stuff today that gives you a little bit of instructions on parking and how to get up to the building, because that's another thing too. It's on the top floor, First Interstate or First National Bank, and so there's a little trick. You got to hit a button and say that you're going up to the Press Club, and then they'll let you in, and you go up on the elevator and all that. So we'll definitely put you some instructions in your email box, and also post them on Friends of First Sky Omaha for tomorrow as well. Highly suggest you try to make it. Don't let going downtown and going to a new spot deter you, because the Press Club is one of the premier spots in Omaha, Nebraska. You definitely got to go and check it out and be a part of the Fun Fest tomorrow. So appreciate that. Everybody who has not, you're not the only one, Brother McCarthy. A few folks have put some money in the tip jar, so we appreciate that. We'll put that link there as well. If you can't make it, then maybe you'll be able to. Maybe you'll find that you can donate to the cause. But we would really highly would love for you to be there. So we can all kind of celebrate, live alive with one another and all that good stuff. So I'm going to pull up the program so you guys can see that. In the meantime, buddy, how you doing over there back in the cut? You good?
No.
You ain't feeling it.
No. I'm about to rearrange. I'd rather y'all hear me clearly than have to see me.
Didn't have to see it. Right.
Yeah. Give me a second.
Okay.
Just take all that off the screen. Just talk to him for a second.
Okay.
Marlon, come as you are. Come as you are.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hide this. Good. I think I can still hear you though. Wait. Let me turn that down. Okay. Again, if you're just joining us, bear with us. Technical difficulties. Definitely. Yes, Mama God, the old FNBO building for sure. Dress code, business casual. It's not strict this time around. Next year we're gonna do a little bit more formal situation, but this year is gonna be pretty cool. There are some people that's gonna dress up though. I did get a wind of that, so so definitely shout out to the people that just come fly every time they go anywhere. That's what's up. I'm trying to get like that too. I'm trying to get back to that myself. But business casual is not going to be strict dress code. But again, we really appreciate the people that have registered and responded to the invites and are going to come through, because that's what it's all about. I kind of wanted to share my screen and have you take a look at what we got going on here. Now, let's see. Maybe I didn't pull it up. Okay, let's see here. Oh yeah, there it is. All right. Bear with us today, y'all. Technical difficulties today in a big way. It's a loose Friday, though. You know how we do on Friday. We keep it kind of loose. But Buddy will be in here to tell you about some of the things that's happening. But I wanted to show you this. This is our Fun Fest. Let's get it in there. Program. Let me shrink it down a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. There we go. Cover. This is one I'm going to pick these up today from the print guys. So what I wanted to show you on this was the awards. So we have an awards section here, and we're going to be giving away some awards. And I kind of want to talk about the awards a little bit and the reasons behind them. You know that we have been working the series seven lanes of change, and these are kind of based off of that. So the first award is the John Houston Award for Strategic Communication. That'll be given to Sherman Wells. So you guys are getting a little preview of what's going on here. Everybody knows that they're getting an award already. It's not going to be a surprise because we're awarding it based on the work, the accolades that we're trying to give to the people that are doing this kind of work. So it wasn't a vote contest or anything like that. This is just us recognizing people in the field, and that's what this is all about. The Political Power Change Awards goes to Terrell McKinney. The Space is the Place Award, Marcy Yates for Culture House. Economic Power for Change Award, Justin Wayne. The Grassroots Action Award, Brother Kasim. And Excellence in Coalition Building, Willie Barney. Also the Love Supreme Award, Jewel Rogers. So, this is one of our favorite awards, that Love Supreme Award. We want to recognize artists that are doing their thing and using their art to activate, which is what it's all about. So that's what's going on. We're doing it. Also, we also have some accolades going on too. So we're going to be shouting out Chris Bowling, Melissa Wright, Cynthia Gonzalez, Kimra Snipes, Bart Vargas, Margie Sturgeon, Dr. Carol Zugner, Leo Adam Bigga, people that are in the field doing the thing. The news gang is if you will. So yeah, definitely check it out. We have a little background on the reasons why we gave the awards to the individuals. Jewel Rogers with the Love Supreme Award. So, come down and help us celebrate these people. That's what this was really all about. So I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit about what the program looks like and how we're going to get down with that tomorrow. Short celebration, but there's some food there. There'll be a little music. And the biggest thing is get together, live alive with one another, and celebrate people that are doing this work. And this is our inaugural. This is our first one. So we're keeping it loose, seeing how it is. Meeting with you, the Chad Chimers, meeting with people that are involved in putting this thing together and building it out. And so the first one is just kind of us getting together and doing what we intend on doing, celebrating people that are doing the good work, getting together, making some connections, making some partnerships happen, all that good stuff. So that's what it is. And I hope that you can make it tomorrow. Again, tomorrow is the day. It is the First Sky Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration is going down at the Omaha Press Club. It's at the First National Center, 1620 Dodge Street. Again, we'll be sending some instructions on how to park and how to get over there. There's a parking garage. I can tell you that right now, a parking garage that you'll have to get in there. Like if you turn into where the DoubleTree is at, there's a parking garage off to the right. You can park in there, and then you walk across to the First National Center, and then you'll hit a button. You'll say you're going up to the press club. They'll let you in. You go up to I think it's the 22nd floor. Go down to the elevators, go up to 22nd floor, and then you'll be where we're at. And if you've never been, highly suggest you go. Just the views alone, the 360 views alone of the city is the trip. We were actually just there yesterday for the mayor's event. The mayor did his 100-day kind of luncheon over there at the press club. Shout out to Lynn Lathan, who took some notes and was actually writing something on the event. Took some pictures. You can go to Friends of First Sky Omaha and check those out. But it was really good to kind of shake the hands with the mayor again and everybody else that was in the room. It was a good event. And he was telling us about the town hall that he was going to be having a little later on that day. So that's another thing. I was kind of wondering if you went to the mayor's town hall. The mayor's first town hall was yesterday, which was the 16th. And if anybody went to that, love to hear about it. Excuse me. Some of the news outlets are already talking about some of the things that they were talking about there. But again, we'd love to hear from any of the chat chimers that went down as well, or any of the ghost listeners. Really appreciate if you give us a little report on what happened at the town hall meeting. So that went down yesterday as well. So shout out to the mayor. He's still, out here doing the work, out here pushing, talking to folks, meeting with folks. His schedule is really, really, really packed with, being able to just talk to folks and have these meetings and be accessible, which we appreciate. As a matter of fact, we got a chance to talk to the mayor yesterday about doing a check-in here with First Sky Omaha. So be looking for that coming up as well. So anyway, I'll jump back into the chat. Again, Buddy, if you're just joining us, Buddy is having some technical difficulties. He's trying to work them out behind the scenes. Let me see if Buddy, you there? Okay, not quite yet. So he's working that out behind the scenes. So stay tuned, and we'll definitely get him in one way or another here. So shout out to Buddy for dealing with all this tech stuff. We've been doing it, but for like an hour before the show, we've been dealing with this. So watch out, look for that. Pop says that looks awesome. Wish I could be there. Wish you could too, Pops. Wish you could too. It would have been awesome. But again, this is our first one. We're filling it out. Next year it'll be even better. It'll be going down for real, for real. Looks like Buddy's coming back in. Buddy, you there? Okay, so he's still working it out over there. We'll give him a little minute to do that. Stay with us, of course.
Check.
Oh, there we go. We can hear you now. You there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear now. Let's see. Wait, that's not what I'm trying to do. No, you coming in just right.
Okay.
We can't see you, but we can hear you.
I'll take it.
I heard that. Okay, cool. I'm gonna jump into the chat real quick just to catch up on everybody. Scott McCarthy says I work remotely for the past 6 years. My wardrobe is in sore need of an upgrade. You and me both, brother. I got told yesterday, I was like, you better go do something. You better go find something to wear. I was like, man, I ain't even used to buying clothes no more. It's the trip. Yeah, man. Tech be tech and RG, you ain't lying. RG says no Leah with the Friday yippee skippy. Lil John voice. What? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Leah. I wonder if Leah like Easter is okay. She's usually in on Fridays giving us the yippee skippies, not here. But everybody else who is here, I really appreciate that very, very much. Maggie Miller Jenkins is in the chat saying we made it through the week. RG says there are 6 elevator cars in the lobby, but there's only one that takes you up to the press club. Oh, you know the building. That's what's up. Yep. Again, instructions on how to get up to the press club will be in your inbox if you have registered. So we'll definitely put you there. Donnell Sessions in the chat gave us a good morning. Appreciate that. RG says the voice of the Gawd. Yeah, we do hear Buddy in the chat now. For those of you just joining us, technical difficulties. We can't see Buddy, but we can hear him. And so, yeah, appreciate that. We kind of already went through some of these community updates. And the biggest thing, of course, that we're going to be talking about today is our Fun Fest and the reason why we are deciding to put that together. If you're just joining us, we've already kind of went through the program so you can see some of the awardees, some of the people who are going to be winning awards according to us just trying to recognize people in the field. So definitely check that out. And like I said, get busy. We put it in the chat. The registration is in the chat. If you have not registered to come tomorrow, we highly suggest you do it. It's only a couple hours, 5:30 to 7:30, a little happy hour, kind of just mixer. But it'll be good to get to live alive with one another, be in each other's face, have some conversations, and celebrate folks. So please do come. Some of the other things that are going on, IB Black Girl says, get your tickets today. The Kiki networking brunch is going down. Let me see if I think I have a link for the Kiki. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. Definitely do that. I definitely think that this is going to sell out because of who their keynote speaker is going to be, which is Tatiana Ali. They come with the heavy hitters when it comes to the keynote speakers. So definitely get your tickets there. I put the link in the chat for you to do that. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Another thing that's happening in the neighborhood is this Coats for Kids event. Shout out to Justin Wayne who put this out on his page as well. Basketball skills clinic, grades 3rd through 8th. This is happening October 18th. It's happening tomorrow at from 9 to 11:30 a.m. Cost is only one new or lightly used winter coat. So this is the cost for you to be able to get in. The location is Going Vertical Basketball Academy. Definitely check that out. Not really sure where that's at. I haven't been to the Going Vertical Basketball Academy, so might have to look that up, but there's a registration QR code there on the right. We'll put that in Friends of First Sky Omaha for you to hit that, register. If you can't attend but you want to donate, donations can be dropped off before October 18th. All donations go directly to Project Assist, Inc. So shout out there, any organization trying to put something together and get those kids out there to get busy and also gather together some donations. Coats, it is getting ready to be wintertime. About to be cold, y'all. About to be cold for real. Also, I've been seeing this float around a lot on Friends of First Sky Omaha. Shout out to Terrell McKinney, Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on his name. Thursday, October 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Heartland Workers Center, which is at 4923 South 24th Street. Tenant Power Town Hall, Legal Power. Shout out to the Redress Movement that's putting this on too. This town hall is brought to you by the Redress Movement and the Heartland Workers Center, featuring Senator Terrell McKinney and legal aid of Nebraska. So we're still out here trying to fight the towers and fight the power when it comes to how landlords are just running over people sometimes. This is all about the tenant power and legal power as well. What are your rights? So a very important one to put out. I've been seeing this by some of the heavy hitters in town putting this down. So, to me, that means we're endorsing it. Definitely check it out. This is happening October 23rd. Put it on your calendar, 6:30 p.m. at Heartland Worker Center, Tenant Power Town Hall. Definitely check it out. It's going down. Looks like we got Buddy back in the mix. Buddy, are you there? Can we hear you? Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Check. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, so my laptop just decided to just cut off, and now it's acting just fine. I guarantee you'll be able to see me with no lagging.
Technical difficulties. If you're just joining us, we're working through them. I appreciate Buddy on the back end working through that. And I appreciate you, the chat chimers, and everybody who's joined us today, working through it with us. So thank you. Do us a favor, share the show. If you're on Facebook, you can just share it on your page. If you're on YouTube, share the link. We want to definitely get as many people in on the conversation as possible. So we appreciate that very much. RG said, "Oh, Ashley Banks." Yeah, man. Tatiana Ali is going to be what's up. Mike Lee's in the chat saying, "Good morning, y'all. What's going on, Brother Lee? We saw that you've been posting some stuff on Black Caucus and Friends of First Sky Omaha. Appreciate that. I'd love to hear from you. Let us know what you're doing these days. What's going on with it? Matter of fact, maybe we can schedule a time for you to come on the show and talk to us a little bit about that as well." So yeah. Appreciate that very much. So as we continue on here, we were talking a little bit about some of the community updates and things that's going on. I feel like I'm missing something that I wanted to talk about. Did anybody go to the interim hearing as well? This happened at the College of Business Administration at UNO. This was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, 16th. This is something that Senator Terrell McKinney was putting up. They were talking about urban affairs interim study to examine the land banks under the Nebraska Municipal Land Bank Act. I believe Cheryl Weston, with Conversations with Cheryl Weston, was there videoing this. So appreciate your presence as well. Anybody else go to this? They're looking for change for engagement. Interim studies provide an opportunity to delve into specific issues before any legislation is proposed. We're finding out that these interim studies are pretty important. So if anybody went to this, love to hear from you as well. Buddy's back. Man.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, hey,
man.
Listen, we went through all the steps today. It went down. I can't be mad at all. Like I watched you go through everything, and sometimes it's just the ghost in the machine, bro. Like sometimes.
I think we should all get ready for it. This ain't nothing. Listen, we're in the show now. I'm just here. I don't know if y'all been seeing this AI revolution that's happening. The robots that's coming. We should all get ready for the ghost in the machine, man.
Well, we've been talking about it. Our lane is strategic communication, and we've already been talking about what we need to do if stuff starts happening. It's not the government can't shut the internet down. What would we do then? Don't forget, we're on platforms that the oligarchs own. We used to be on Twitter. Now we're not. So
not just that, like this whole and we got stories. We're gonna get to it, but it's Friday. You already see this is not a typical show today. But I've seen a couple clips recently that's very interesting. One, I don't know if y'all saw the robot that was playing at the park here in Atlanta. Somebody had one of the AI robots out just playing. I mean, it's straight AI. Straight AI.
Was it AI that made the video though, or was it actually?
No, it was real. It was a real robot.
How do we know these days though? How do we know?
Well, I mean, I'm here in Atlanta. I mean, the streets talk, man. Like it was real. It was real. Okay. People was at Piedmont. They saw it. Yeah. It's real. It's real.
I need that firsthand. Look, I need somebody who was actually there for things nowadays, man, for real.
That is a real concern. But what I'm getting at is this robot revolution. Like as far as robots really taking people over, like taking jobs over, taking things over. It might sound far-fetched.
No, It does not sound far fetched anymore. Well, it doesn't sound far fetched to me. We're in this. We're in the
Man,
media. We're in the media business, and I've already shifted to everything that I see on the internet is entertainment,
now
not to
my
be
computer
trusted.
want to act right. Let me see if I can show y'all something.
Wait a minute. Don't be trying to do too much. Now we already look. Gonna blow your studio up. Uh, Mike Lee said, "Hide your significant others. AI can sext and flirt now." Yeah, man. AI can do
Yeah,
it all, bro.
yeah. Hey, OF AI bots is real.
For real. Anthony Rogers right. We need to be learning how to farm, hunt, and defend with when the AI bubble bursts. Yeah, we've been talking about this movement that's been going on in especially in the black community for the past maybe 7, 8, 9 years now of this kind of return to natural, doing some farming, vegan life out in LA hard. There was a friend of mine that was talking about like homesteading, black folks kind of returning to kind of selling off stuff and going back to the land and doing stuff. I definitely think that when this stuff started happening 10 years ago, I thought, okay, we're on the forefront of some new stuff here. People can see some things coming and really going back to it. And there's actually a lot of young folks that are doing a lot more farming and all that kind of stuff now. They on the front of the zeitgeist and can feel it coming. And
Man.
I think young folks first they get bored with what's going on real fast and decide they're going to rebel against it and go for it. And that's the power of the young folks. And so they've been in the farms doing stuff. We got people in our own community that have started community gardens and doing food giveaways and got their hands in the dirt in a big way. And even some that have been elected officials. I'm thinking of Clarice Dombeck, the people who I got to know her first because of the farming situation, and then she started doing stuff, running for office and so on. So I think there is a movement happening. Don't forget the BAA. Don't forget Brother Kasim, who has a survival club. He's got kids out there doing just that, hunting, farming, fishing, figuring things out as well. So we are in the lane of communication, and this is what we got to figure out. We going back to Black Panther newspapers. Well, you know what I'm saying? Printing press in the basement. We got to figure out how we gonna go back to the farm when it comes to communication. Pop says, "Hey, you both are there. That's all that matters." Yeah, feel that. Marlon Harrison says movies like iRobot, Smart House, and other movies should have prepared us for this. I think, yeah, there's a lot of dystopian movies out there about what's going to happen, the rise of AI all the way back to the Terminator, which was one of the original ones. Yeah, and you say you feel like it's far fetched. Nah, we a couple years away from robot dogs and armies and things like that in the streets.
Well, I mean, and it's going to round back to things that are happening now, but I mean, really, it's all happening now. But as far as things that are happening in the news that we're talking about, even down to police community relations. I mean, yeah, they're talking about they have to hire 100 more police. Who's to say it's going to be human police?
Well, it'll be this time.
This time.
This time.
This time.
But as far as that's concerned, it'll always be human police. They'll just add military and robotic tactics to everything that they're doing.
And dogs and things like that.
Right.
But what I'm getting at is on the workforce side, it's not quite follow the money, but we've talked about what's happening with farmers right now, and especially in America, getting billions of dollars going to Argentina. If you've been paying attention in the creative space, Friday we kind of used for Love Supreme, talking about arts and things like that. Spotify just rolled out a bombshell news as far as them teaming up with the record labels to replace artists with AI. So again, what I'm getting at, I have also a story here from the South China News. And I try to find some videos, but you kind of got me worried with the AI comment. So we're not going to show any videos, but look into the reporting of smart ports in China. Fully automated ports, no humans working in these ports.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm using what's going on my computer this morning to kind of inch my way into the conversation. Hey, and space is the place, talking about the future. We might need to talk about how these robots are being used. I don't know. I'm here in Atlanta. Waymo. I don't know if you know about Waymo. Again, personless cars. But again, who owns these tech companies?
Right. I mean, we can name them. Yep. It is 7:30 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, then you're in Omaha, Nebraska. We had a rough start. We're gonna reset a little bit. We'll take a quick break and kind of smell the coffee beans, and we'll come back and have an actual real show now at this point. So we appreciate it. Majee Miller Jenkins says book club vibes. Telling you, man, let's get together and go through some books on the real. In the real. Kimmer Snipes says it's a good morning, y'all. Appreciate you coming in this morning. Also, Majee Miller Jenkins says Bill Ayers, when freedom is the question, abolition is the answer. Okay, is that a book that I haven't read yet? Let me know. We have to jump into something. Anthony Rogers Rice says Albania just named an AI minister of the economy.
Heard about that.
And by the way, what's Timberland doing with this AI artist he got? Did you hear about this?
Yeah, I did hear about that. There's I think an AI artist on Billboard now. Yeah. These companies trying to replace people with AI. It's happening.
Majee Miller Jenkins, our Liberation Library will be open by the end of the month for people to freely liberate their minds. I like that. Okay. That's what's up.
I have some drives.
Right. We've been collecting. So Anthony Rogers Rice says, buddy, I'm here in Atlanta. Reach out. That's what's up.
I don't know how long I'll be here.
I don't know if you heard, bro. We got the Fun Fest tomorrow. I think he's on his way here. So you guys might miss each other in passing. But Fun Fest is happening tomorrow, Omaha Press Club. This is our inaugural Fun Fest and celebration. And if you're just joining us, we're going to talk a little bit about why we decided to do this. Because it's more than just a fundraiser. We've been doing this for 4 years now. Haven't had our end of the year fundraiser like a lot of other organizations do, because we just hadn't. Yeah. But when we decided we needed to celebrate some of the folks that are in this field, in these lanes, then it started coming together. So we'll definitely be talking about why we're doing this, and just a little history behind First Sky Omaha before the show tomorrow. So stay tuned. We'll be right back, and of course we got some stories to jump into too. We'll come back and we'll talk about that in a minute, because this is still First Sky Omaha in the morning. It's an actual show, even though it doesn't feel like this morning.
In the morning.
That's right. We ain't even saying this hook this morning yet. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
There you go. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all. Hey.
The life processes of bacteria are simple. We've already seen how bacteria obtain food. Now we will consider their reproduction, which takes place through simple division of the cells. In drawings, we can see that bacterium cells are continually growing. When a cell reaches maturity, it divides again. This goes on and on about every half hour, as long as the food supply holds out, or until some unfavorable condition slows down or stops their development. The reproduction rate of bacteria may be greatly affected by temperature. In a laboratory, the temperature can be controlled in an electric incubator. As Frank explains, there's always a temperature that's best for growing bacteria. Usually the temperature is about 30 to 37 degrees centigrade.
Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Paul B, buddy to God. For those of you that got up early with us and worked through the technical difficulties with us and stayed here, we appreciate you. We're going to jump right into today's thread. Buddy, what's on your mind today?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot going on. Of course, it is Love Supreme Friday, so I did want to spend some time talking about D'Angelo a little bit. Definitely want to do that throughout the day. Of course, everything going on. But it seems interesting that there's also this connection between strategic communication and Love Supreme, because of course a bombshell yesterday as far as many outlets walking out of the White House or the Pentagon for this outrageous thing that they try to get them to sign. Again, the attacks on freedom of speech continue. But again, what does this mean for the future of journalism and the American public? Again, knowing what's going on with the powers that be, especially the Department of War, I guess it's called now. More questions on that situation. But here locally, of course, you kind of laid it out earlier as far as what's going on with the mayor. He did have a town hall wondering what's happening with the streetcar. Apparently, that's a big point of conversation. So again, we'd love to hear from any of you that made it out there. What are your thoughts on this situation? Also, as you mentioned earlier, moving forward with the ICE situation, Pillen is actually being sued. Speaking of Mayor Ewing, who's also being sued, apparently, lawsuits going out left and right. Yeah, shout out to the people of McCook though, and not just Governor Pillen being sued, but also the top brass at the Department of Corrections. So we'll dive into that situation. Also, talking about spaces and places. Shout out to our co-host and actually content creators camp alumni, Sister Erica Felt, for sharing this story with us. Talking about the babies again, North O child care providers speaking up on the impact of child's health from the coal pollution, and also we are days away supposedly from a few votes again. OPPD board delaying votes on a lawsuit that clouds again the North Omaha coal plant situation. So again, looking at that situation, what's going on, the can being kicked down the road even more. We'll talk about it. Of course, want to talk about some comments from Chief Taj Mater. Also, of course, another police involved shooting situation. Very unfortunate. Of course, no one lost their life as is being reported in this situation, but yet here we are, another police involved shooting, and of course, Chief Taj Mater responding and kind of threading a narrative. Let's see what you think about that narrative. So again, all that and more throughout the show. Of course, if there's anything we're not talking about, missing the mark on, feel free to jump into the chat. The chat is already active. So big shout out to all of you, both YouTube and Facebook, tuning in right now. We appreciate you, especially with all the difficulties so far. Paul,
Yo,
we'll see you.
Man, the chat is going off. I appreciate everybody that's coming on. Miss Kimmer Snipes, she's still on the road to Nashville, always cloud hopping and traveling around, man. And bringing back those solutions. We lean on solutions journalism here on First Sky Omaha, and that really requires you to go to other places to see how other people are doing things and try to bring that knowledge back to your hometown and fix the same things there. So shout out to Kimmer Snipes, who's always doing that, constantly doing that, moving and shaking and bringing back the info. Appreciate you very much. Also, Majeen Miller Jenkins says, hey, I'll drop my number in the chat because texting is better than email for me, going to try to make it up there tomorrow. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll make sure that we try to get you some instructions on how to get to the Fun Fest tomorrow. Wanda Lewis gives us a good morning. Appreciate that. Pops in the chat says, my friend who is like my little sister went to Georgia, bought land and started female farmers and makes her living selling products from her farm. Telling you, man, there's something going on with young folks right now. Black folks leading the charge on going back to the land in this way, in a big way. Appreciate you bringing that out, Pops. And yeah, I got some friends that definitely have done that as well. I just felt the need to go back where some land is at and figure it out. Marlon Harris in the chat says Malcolm X and Dr. King's families are suing AI companies for their father's likeness for foolishness.
Man,
yeah. So there's gonna be a lot of lawsuits when it comes to this, I think.
Man,
yeah.
Finally,
right. Pop says yes, a lot of driverless cars happening. Yep, it happening big time in Las Vegas, I bet. Sean McCarthy says AI is industry agnostic. Manufacturing is getting hit as much as white collar jobs like computer programming and paralegal work. On this Love Supreme Friday, I would argue even creative work. They're using that a lot for that as well. Majee Miller Jenkins is echoing something that we say a lot on this show: litigation. Shout out to Vaughn Chapman. Katie L in the chat said, good morning and happy Friday. All gratitude and love to you all. Appreciate you coming in. I really appreciate that very much. Thank you. Mama God says AI is replacing people, and due to massive water and electric consumption, we the people are paying for it in our utility bill. She keeps reminding that you got that utility bill and was like, man, and was mad because I hear you bring it up a lot, and you got me looking at mine like, yeah, wait a minute.
Man.
So the utility bill is going up while some people our salaries are going up too, and we have to get to that at some point. Christy Nor gives us a good morning. Good morning to you. How's the run going? How's everything happening? Anthony Rogers Rice says OPPD took a dive and tabled the coal plant vote. More dirty air for North O and more coming with the data centers. Kind of claimed that the lawsuit is holding them up, so they had to table the coal plant vote again. So I don't know, man. It's interesting. What I'm hearing inside, some people want it. Some people are fighting for it from the inside. Some people want to keep the coal on the inside. They got a lot of infighting going on this. And so anything from the outside, like a lawsuit that we talked about the other day, that probably won't even go anywhere. It's just holding things up. So right now it's holding up the vote. That's what it is. Sean McCarthy says when Trump cheerleaders, Fox News, and Newsmax say you've gone too far right, you know that's something. RG says a heightened sense of awareness with the latest police-involved shooting after hearing what Tariq Al-Amin had to say on Wednesday. Boy, if you missed that interview with Tariq Al-Amin,
Yeah.
we definitely had to have that brother back. Please go back to YouTube, check out that interview. It was enlightening. I want to have him back several times to let us know what's going on. For those of you that missed it, brother Tariq Al-Amin, it used to be a police officer and under some real crazy circumstances was out there basically crossing that blue line, whistleblowing, and he's talking about his story and everything that happened because of it, and giving us some insights about what goes on inside the department. So we'll definitely have to have him back and keep talking about it. And I appreciate that. That was one of my favorite interviews of the year, for real. Like shout out to RG for hooking that up. Man, big time. So there's lots going on in the chat. I appreciate everybody that's in the chat right now. Again, do us a favor and share the show. We get as many voices in here as we can, and we'll go ahead and dive into some of these stories that we got going on. Again, if you're just joining us, this is Love Supreme Friday and Fresh Edition, First Guy Omaha in the morning. And it's happening right now. We're going to talk a lot about what we got going on tomorrow night at the Press Club, First Guy Omaha Fun Fest, fundraiser and celebration. And we'll look at the program again and talk a little bit about why we decided to put this on and then hopefully encourage everybody to come through. If you haven't registered, the registration's in the chat. We'll continue to put it in the chat so you can register and come through. And then everybody who registered will get an email on some instructions on how to park, how to get there, and so on and so forth. I want to make it as easy as possible because we really want to see your faces tomorrow. Buddy's in town, and it's going down. So that's the basis of this show, along with some of the other things that we got to talk about. We'll go ahead and dive in. What's first on the agenda, buddy?
Yeah, I'll kind of start with a few of the meetings, just again, knocking those out of the way. Again, putting out that call. Did anybody make it out? Of course, Mayor Ewing had his town hall yesterday. First of all, how was the event at the Press Club?
It was awesome. It was awesome. Of one of the First Guy Omaha fam now, Linda is going to be writing up a little review on what went down there and some of the things that he talked about. And it was great. It was great to kind of hear what he had to say. He was consistent with some of the things that we had already talked to him about. You can hear some of that in our series Lanes of Change on YouTube. Definitely check that out and hear some of the stuff he's talking about. He's still talking about it. He's giving us updates, plans going on, and all that good stuff. So it was a great event. Lots of good people there, and it was interesting that the first 100 days just passed in his mayorship. So, yep, awesome.
Yeah, dope. And again, I heard earlier you mentioned him being active, very active. Of course, this town hall is one of his latest appearances, and I will say, not only is he putting his face out there, but he is taking the heat. Of course, in this meeting, a lot of people weren't very happy with the streetcar situation. Actually, a few business owners in the area had a lot to say. On one in particular, a business owner like Beck says that his answers weren't enough as far as what's going on with the streetcar situation, saying, I certainly can't talk to the chamber and others. I can't promise you that I can't influence any of that, but I will always try to be an advocate for businesses in this community, saying, I don't believe you. I don't believe him. As far as Mayor Ewing's answer, saying it sounded like a nice way of saying, good luck. Again, sales are down 65, says Beck, who's the owner of Nuttis Home Plants in the area. So again, I will say shout out to Mayor Ewing as far as him taking the heat. We will see what happens with this police community relations situation. We'll definitely get into this shooting here in a second, but also wondering if anybody, speaking of meetings, made it to the OEDC meeting as well, Airport Business Park. Looking like they're preparing to actually host that. Is that, oh, yeah. I apologize. I don't see a date on that.
That was the meeting was yesterday.
Okay. Well, yeah. Did anybody make it?
I think I heard Mike Lee earlier in the chat say that he was there. He made that meeting. I can't remember what you said about it, Mike Lee. If you're still here, let us know. Yeah. So we put that out there a little earlier. If anybody made that meeting, how did it go? There was definitely some things. I think Mike Maroney made a statement as well in that article. So we could talk about it.
Yeah, as far as Mike Maroney's statement, he says last night's vision meeting was a great example of North Omaha coming together to shape its own future. We heard powerful feedback from the community about what they want the airport business park to be, a place that creates jobs, supports local businesses, and honors the community's history. The same thing that we were actually a part of as far as with the community center that's also going to be down there, the innovation center by the airport business park. Again, did anybody make it? In this season of Space is a place we're talking about what the future looks like, and this is the opportunity to voice it, to shape that, to be a part of that. If we're not making these types of things, then what are we doing?
Yeah, Mike Lee said he was there, and there wasn't a lot of opposition there. He said in his comments, so that's interesting. Yes, I appreciate that comment about not the opposition. I did think there would be some people that showed up and kind of, everybody's kind of been tripping a little bit on OEDC, and I thought there would be some people there that would be up in their face a little bit about it, but sounds like not. So definitely want to hear about what happened there. Great to hear from Brother Maroney. He doesn't really say too much out here, so I'm glad that he was able to make a statement about what went on. We'll see what's happening next. Again, we had the senators on last Senator Cipher and some other folks on as well that we were talking about the airport park and talking about how the people speaking up has already changed some things. We're already looking at different areas because some people were nervous about their house and stuff getting taken over. So they're looking at areas that is not going to take over anybody's house, and that's because the people spoke up. So these are one of these instances right now where I feel like if you do participate in meetings like this and you do speak up, there are some changes that can be made right now before things get really locked in. So definitely check it out. Mike Lee said I was at the interim study hearings. Okay, so there's that. Kimra Snipe says there was a hearing yesterday on the interim study I had introduced through Senator McKinney. Shout out to Metro Area Planning Agency for showing up to testify on it. Yeah, if you missed it a little earlier on, we did ask if anybody went to this interim hearing yesterday. That was also happening on the 16th. So I appreciate you guys letting us know about what happened there. And it's really interesting to learn about how important these interim studies actually are. So shout out to Kimber Snipes for introducing this. Shout out to Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on their names to really push some of these studies. And I'm glad Mike Lee was there. I'm glad other people were there in order to be a part of that. So I appreciate that very much. Also, Miss Cheryl Weston was recording the meetings, looks like. So I appreciate that. Appreciate the information. She says it wasn't too much difference than before the meeting with Omaha Inland Port Authority meeting. Okay. Same players in the room, probably, maybe. So yeah, we'll definitely appreciate you guys letting us know that you went to those things and coming back with a little report on that.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure how to get more of the community involved in these types of things. When we again had Sister Naomi Hadaway on to talk about this meeting, I was again kind of hoping that we would get more of a turnout because again, a lot of people have a lot to say about the airport business park, but when you're actually called to say something, are people showing up? Are people having their voices heard? Are people flexing their power? Maybe we should take a page out of the book of the people of McCook, who actually is suing because they're definitely not sitting down and taking what's happening in their area lightly. And I don't think the people of North Omaha should either. If you need an example, this coming out of KETV, again, the people of McCook have come together to sue Governor Pillen. Again, for now, a Southwest Nebraska judge is allowing the repurposing of a state corrections facility, of course, now calling it the Cornhusker Clink. But the Red Willow County District Court judge declined to issue a temporary restraining order to block it, but set a hearing for a potential injunction for October 24th. This is coming from residents of McCook, 13 residents in particular. So it doesn't even take a lot of people to apply some pressure. But again, shout out to those 13 and also former state senator Diane Schmick, who all joined forces again to sue the state government officials to prevent this from happening. So again, we've been talking to the senators. They feel like, their hands are pretty tied trying to apply pressure in the legislative process as far as calling for hearings, which have obviously been blocked at every turn. The media have tried to step up, putting in requests for information. Those have been blocked at every turn, and now the people are stepping up and trying to sue. So, man. So, even through all that, we will still have to wait till the 24th to see how this injunction goes. But again, they are suing State Governor Jim Pillen and Nebraska Department of Correctional Services Director Rob Jeffries in their official capacities for moving forward with this Cornhusker clean. So,
and to add to that, pretty much all the prisoners have been moved now in order to make room for this center.
Yes.
So,
yes.
As all these entities are trying to step up, it's still going forward. And also, by the way, this district judge's name was Patrick Heng. I know that Heng, Heng. I know that we always talk about the judges when it comes time to vote. We don't really dig into the judges much, but every time anything comes up, we got to read down in the article a little bit to find out the name, but it's there, and you might want to make a note of it. Judge Patrick Heng, Heng, refused temporary order to stop Nebraska ICE detention center, but is calling for a hearing coming up. So, yeah, just keep the players in mind too.
Man, yeah, I actually appreciate that because I didn't even realize that name is not in this. I didn't even think to what's the judge's name.
I had to dig for it.
Yeah, man, yeah, because it's not in this article. So I appreciate that. But what is in this article is a statement from Nebraska Appleseed. Their legal director, Robert McKieran, said, which is very interesting. Got criminals running the country, man, just straight up. I mean, from Trump all the way down to Pillen, obviously breaking the law. Again, in the statement, Nebraska Appleseed legal director says Nebraska state law is clear. The governor does not have the unilateral authority to change the purpose of any public building. That is the legislature's job, in particular, a building that is a correctional facility. That is wholeheartedly, again, the legislature's job. So, again, more of the leadership breaking the law, but we will see if they are held accountable the same way the rest of us are. But again, taking a page out of the McCook, I'm not saying, we need to sue OEDC, but maybe OPPD needs more lawsuits coming their way.
Litigation. That's if people going to uphold to the law. Like, do we even have a situation anymore where the law matters?
Man.
Because it seems that the Democratic Party especially likes to go to that. He's breaking the law. He's a felon. Okay. Well, is anybody recognizing the law anymore in order to even have these fights? Mike Lee said, I think ACLU is helping them too, talking about Nebraska Appleseed. Shout out to Nebraska Appleseed. They get down big time for sure. Appreciate that. So Tony Johnson is asking about public meetings need to be available online. Many cannot physically get to these meetings for different reasons. Very true. But a lot of us can, and we need to in a big way. Showing up face to face is always going to be more powerful than in us, in the sidelines in the chat.
Yeah.
With it. Mm-hmm.
Also, I would documenters. This is the perfect time to boost this civic side hustle, man. I mean, that's the whole reason why we're believers in that program and are very, very happy that Flatwater is, supporting documenters in this area because for that very reason, we all can't make these public meetings, but documenters, that's their job, to make the public meetings and send a report on exactly what it said, who's voting on what. So we know, because obviously, the foxes are going to do what the foxes do when they're not being watched.
So true. Shout out to Vince Furlong, who is a chat chimer and a friend of First Guy Omaha and a content creator alumni, and also now part of Documenters. He's been the one who's been putting the reports out on the Inland Port Authority meetings. Shout out to the work that he's doing over there for real. Also, shout out to Miss Cheryl Weston, who I keep on linking over to friends of, because every time there's a meeting or something, I'm seeing you with your camera out there, which is news gang activity. So I appreciate you very much. She says, stop twisting the facts. It was not just people speaking up. It was about people not wanting to sell their property. The cost of environmental cleanup, same game. A few names of players have changed. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Also, Anthony Rogers, right. OEDC has still not lived up to the promise. It prepares phase 1 ESA to determine the environmental conditions and how much it will cost to remediate them. I think they got to look at the properties. They got to find the location first before they do those studies. So maybe that's why that's getting held up.
Yep.
Appreciate that. Also, Ms. Sherwood says the ICE setup is being held up only because the government shut down. I forgot about the government shutdown being tied to that. Appreciate that info. Yep. Tony Johnson, a true progressive city should not have barriers to engagement and communication. Two things Omaha struggles with, no matter the administration or leadership. He says, are they no longer doing YouTube? You're not sure, but I will say this. It seems like you really expect them to make it easy for you to attend these meetings. And we're not really mentioning the fact that sometimes they make it hard for us to do that. As far as us being a true progressive city, I wouldn't have put that title on the city quite yet. I'd love it to be more progressive. I'd love there to be, powers that be that would allow that would quit doing stuff behind closed doors. But yeah, we can't. I don't start with expecting that they're going to make it easy for us to attend these meetings and speak up, right?
Yeah, I mean, with a slogan like "It's not for everybody," I mean, how progressive do you expect leadership to be around here?
Yeah. I mean, a part of the fight is fight behind closed doors, and fighting for these meetings behind closed doors and all that stuff. So yeah, it's definitely all part of it. We definitely got to figure that out. 7:55 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we're coming up on 8:00 for the second hour of First Guy Omaha in the morning. We finally finally get into the groove here. We had a little technical difficulties in the beginning. It is a Love Supreme Friday. We are going to talk a little bit about the love that we're going to try to show tomorrow at the First Guy Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration, and the love that you guys have already given us, man. A lot of people have already donated to the Fun Fest cause, especially the people that wanted to come and they're not going to be able to make it. But we appreciate everybody that is that has helped on top of that and everything else too. So we'll do that, man. We're going to get to a break in a minute. Before we do, just want to give a shout out to the Empowerment Network and remind you to put this on your calendar. October 24th at the Hilton is going down again. This is the African American Leadership Conference and Revive Black Business Expo. They have this every year, and it's as you can see, all the people in the network down at the bottom, everybody who's part of this is sponsoring this, but also everybody who's going to be speaking. And the keynote speakers this time is going to be Jay Bailey and Mayor John Ewing Jr. So highly suggest you put this on your calendar and check it out. If you ever have any questions about what the Empowerment Network is doing, this event in particular, I feel like has taught me so much more about what they do. To go to this annual event, I would definitely highly suggest you go check this out as well. That's happening Friday, October 24th. So shout out to them and them sending that message through us on that as well. Also, the Board of Education town halls are coming up as well. Don't forget to put on October 23rd. Vice President Kimra Snipes, our own Kimra Snipes, is going to be at Central High from 6 to 7:30. And I definitely highly suggest you go to that. Anybody go to President Jane Erdenberger's town hall? Let it happen on the 14th. Let us know if you went to that as well. But shout out to Kimra Snipes, who's is coming up on the October the 23rd. Man, she said she was going to be putting these town halls together for the Omaha Public Schools Board of Education. So I appreciate that very much. Appreciate that you're doing it. And let's make sure we support her as well.
Yeah.
Yep. Go ahead.
Just speaking of town halls, looking at Sister Kimber in the chat as well. She says, I guess my only question is why the city is only doing 4 town halls in lieu of the 7 they were doing before. They were doing it by city council district previously. Good question.
Very good question. Right on. Appreciate that very much. Also, before we get to the break, just want to give a shout out again to, we didn't do this enough, but my friends over at Miller Music.
Yeah.
That family over there, man. I really feel like there's some Love Supreme soldiers over there, man. They're all about the arts. They put in 40 plus years on having not just a music store, but music lessons. I actually worked for them for a minute at the store and also did drum lessons at that store as well. So they
You taught lessons?
Taught lessons, yeah. So that was their thing, man. They weren't just selling instruments; they were teaching. They had classes for musicians, drum lessons, guitar lessons, bass lessons. Just music lessons. They also rented out, or not rented, but they sold the stuff for the bands, school, that type of thing. So they were just really heavy into the scene. Man, they even had a repair shop in there. They repair old instruments and stuff like that all the time. I mean, they're just a staple out there. You should drive all the way out to Miller to go to Miller Music. One of those cool older music stores that you if you're a musician, you kind of grow up in. So I'm really sad to see them go. I love the family. Everybody, they're friends of First Guy Omaha too, big time in a big way, and just wanted to give them some props and some shout outs. It's a sad thing, but I'm glad that they're retiring, moving on, going to enjoy life. But I definitely am sad that institution is not there anymore. We need more of these Love Supreme institutions in a big way to produce people like this.
Man, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, D'Angelo. It's one of my favorite pictures I got on right now, man, with the man, Uncle George. He said that cat had church in his chords, grit in his groove, and funk in his DNA. Now, you can get a compliment like that from the man. You're doing something. Shout out to George Clinton, who's still around making it happen as well. And rest in peace, D'Angelo, for real, man. I know that you wanted to talk about him a little bit. It is 8:00 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, let's take a quick break, smell the coffee beans, and come back and talk a little Love Supreme for a second, if you will.
Yeah.
So, yeah. We'll be right back. Appreciate you guys coming through. I'm sorry I'm having some technical difficulties over here myself. Okay.
Man, it's that kind of day, man. Hey, shout out to my man DeAndre, ATL fam. Yeah, stank on your fam, man. Shout out to my bro. Yeah, tune in. Yeah, appreciate
you. Love it. I love it. All right, appreciate that. Yeah, let's definitely take a southern break. We'll be right back, y'all. First guy Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Hey. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning. Man, tomorrow's the day. We're running around like crazy people trying to get this going on. The First Sky Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration is happening tomorrow at the Omaha Press Club. Those of you that have registered already, you will get an email that gives you a little bit of instructions on how to get there. Some of you guys have already been to the Press Club, but for the new people, I highly suggest you check it out. Man. It is definitely a premier spot when it comes to what's going on in the press, man. It's the Press Club. You got famous people out of Omaha on the walls. Shout out to people like Michael Scott, man. It's a recognition of the thing that we're trying to recognize here, which is news gang. We're trying to really, give props to people that are in the gang here, man, trying to tell the truth, the strategic communicators. And we are doing the things that are just as important as any of the other mainstream organizations out here doing it are, and even more important in some cases, because we're hyper focused on, our people, our community, that sometimes the mainstream media is not. So the Sherman Wells and the people like that are absolutely necessary out here for strategic communication, and we want to give them props, and we're going to celebrate them tomorrow. So I went ahead and put the link in the chat for you guys to register to this. Please come to our inaugural First Sky Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration. Is going down tomorrow from 5:30 to 7:30. Celebration. Yep. How you doing over there, buddy? How you feeling?
Man, I'm all right, man. We're here. It's Friday. We're in the thing. Love Supreme. Yeah. Man, I mean, I just right after the show, I got hit the airport. It's just one of those days, man. And it's just one of those days.
Yeah, a lot going on.
Yeah, it is. But we here. Appreciate everybody tuning in right now. Of course, approaching the second hour, just now kicking off. So again, let your mind be free, let your voice be heard. How you doing, man? We ain't, have our usual opening, man. It was good with you.
Yeah, we had a rough beginning. Pretty good. Like I said, just we're running around like crazy trying to get this thing off. When picked up the trophies yesterday, picking up the programs today, and getting the room set up for tomorrow and all that good stuff. I really got to get these emails out for people that don't really know how to get to the event. They got very specific instructions on how to get there. So it'll be a little bit of an adventure for people, but we'll get those out and try to help as best we can, keep the lines open in order for us to, get together, live alive with one another. So that's it, man. Just running around crazy, trying to get that, when it comes, like, we got an event coming, you know how it is for a few days before the event. It's just, It's all about the event, and you're pretty much up day and night trying to last minute everything in order to get there. So that's where we're at, but we're excited. We're very excited about being able to get together this
Yeah,
time.
yeah, and not just getting together, but recognizing our own. I mean, that's kind of doing for self, recognizing our own, um, pouring into each other cup, if you will. Again, we received some awards from some local organizations and some partners of ours who felt like the work that we're doing was important and wanted to spread that love. On the Love Supreme, man. There's something about award shows, and I think Paul, you've spoken about this a few times, especially like with us working with um no OIC.
Hmm. The Omaha performing or Omaha
Right.
just had a meeting with them last night. Just
Yeah,
had a
hell
meeting with
yeah.
them last night. The OEAs, the
Thank
Omaha
you, thank you, thank you.
Omaha Entertainment Awards. Yes,
It's Friday, y'all.
there's a lot,
Yeah.
acronyms going on around here right now.
OEDC, OPPD, yeah. But yes, as far as the OEA's Omaha Entertainment Awards, and again, just recognizing our own, especially in this theme of spaces to place. But there will be, future themes, and we're going to switch it around. But definitely want to start with this first lane of strategic communication, and a big shout out to the news gang and those who have already registered. Man, let's get down. Let's get down. Recognize our own. Like it's a lot power to that.
Big time, big time. One more thing also that's happened a little earlier in the day. Just want to give a shout out to some other people that are really dominating lanes right now, which is Black Agenda Alliance. The youth and young adult male mental health awareness is going down tomorrow a little earlier in the day, 12 to 2. This is children's mental health is the foundation of their emotional, social, and cognitive development. Prioritizing it today ensures a brighter tomorrow. Boy, they ain't never lied about that. This is presented by Black Agenda Alliance, Urban Survival Club, Young Black Kings. You can contact them at info@BAA Omaha for more information. But definitely check this out tomorrow too, especially if you got young ones, man, young men, especially. This is they'll speak on this. They'll meet, and this is another opportunity to meet face to face, have some discussions on some stuff, and get to know an organization that does a lot for the children. Shout out to Black Agenda Alliance for real.
Yeah, that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
Jump in the chat real quick. Wanda Lewis says, thanks to Kimmer for all her hard work and efforts on the school board. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much for that. Also, she says, get well wishes for prayers and for Ricky Smith. Yeah, we saw that in Friends, though. We appreciate you guys putting that in there. Ricky Smith, who is president of the school board, I believe, fell ill, and they got a little fundraiser going for him as well. You can check that out on Friends of First Sky Omaha. Man, prayers go out to brother Ricky Smith. Hope you feel better. Most definitely. And this is a time for the community kind of rally together to help when unexpected things like this happen. So hopefully you will. Also, Pops in the chat says Millard music. It sounds like the old Lear music in San Bernardino, California. It's absolutely that, Pops. Just like that. The reason our family is in music to this day. I can tell you that Millard music it's from Millard, the city of Millard. Millard music is definitely one of these Love Supreme warrior, places that really have kicked off a lot of people's music love and careers and everything else. They're just like that. So I appreciate that comparison there. Also, Kimber says, I think you both do a really good job of spreading the love all the time. I definitely feel it from y'all. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
I don't know how anybody would get anything else done by spreading the hate all the time and the division all the time. Like we don't, what are we doing anything for? But the reason for but because of love. Like why would we do anything? That is the answer to everything. So yeah, Love Supreme Friday, Love Supreme this weekend for us for real. More opportunities to really spread the love. Appreciate that. Oh, Tony John says Jane Erdenberger, school board president. That's right. Yep. Appreciate that. Yeah, man. Well, thank you very much. And again, before we get on to it, I just want to reiterate, we really hope that you guys come with us tomorrow, First Sky Omaha Fun Fest, fundraiser and celebration. We talked a little bit about the reason why we wanted to put this on. First of all, we're having it at the Omaha Press Club because we need to make the declaration that the work that we're doing and work that Sherman Wells is doing, Cheryl Weston, everybody that's out here doing this kind of strategic communication is also the press. Is arm in arm with anybody else who is battling for the Fourth Estate, anybody else who believes in the First Amendment, any of the other journalists, broadcast journalists, writers, bloggers, content creators, anybody who's trying to share information and come get with the truth of information and get it to our people so that we can use that information for something. It is the press, and it is just as prestigious as everybody else that's on that wall at the press club. We want you to see the press club. We want you to be a part of that and understand News Gang is belongs there. So it will be at the Omaha Press Club, even though it's a little hard to get to. We'll do our best to help you get to it. Definitely need to see it. If you have not been here, it's like being on the top of the city. 360 views of the city.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful, beautiful, and the elevator's not too bad. Miss Erica felt so she's scared of the elevator. It ain't too bad. It gets pretty even. Goes up nice. You recommend.
Yeah. It's not too jerky.
It's not too jerky. It's good. It's good. So yeah, we'll help you try to get there as best we can, and for more important reasons, just to live alive with one another. Buddies in town. We love the First Guy fam. The First Guy fam is expanded. You'll get to meet some of the team there as well.
Yeah.
And opportunity for that. We'll bring a couple of the Fight the Tower shirts for you guys to buy if you want to get down on that. It's gonna be a funky good time tomorrow. Fun fest. It's happening. What else is going on in the Love Supreme world, buddy? How you feeling over there?
Man, well, actually, I'm kind of stuck on the strategic communication tip as you're talking about it, and really feeling what you're saying, kind of echoing what I'm saying as far as the importance of recognizing our own, but specifically what you're saying as far as that declaration of this is media, this is news. I don't know if you're seeing what's going on at the top of the news triangle, if you will, as far as what journalists walking out of the Pentagon, but again, the time is now to say what the press is, to really lean on the First Amendment. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Everybody has the right to have their voices heard, which is why we do what we do. And this is why I'm very happy to see, the journalists that decided to do what they do, or they did at least yesterday, if you haven't heard, as far as walking out of the Pentagon. Which is in a way a Love Supreme kind of move. Again, definitely like journalists like Chris Baby Boy Boland, who love their job and love what it is that they do, and that love is definitely what keeps journalists' integrity intact, if you will. Which is definitely the case out of this AP report. Again, dozens of reporters, if you haven't heard, actually turned in their badges and exited the Pentagon on Wednesday, rather than agreeing to a government-imposed restriction on their work, pushing journalists who cover the American military further from the seat of its power. The nation's leadership called the new rules common sense to help regulate a very disruptive press. But again, news outlets, only one outlet actually signed the release and agreed to only report on information that the Pentagon approves of, even if it's unclassified information. So again, basically just saying you only report what I tell you to report, which goes against the whole idea of the First Amendment, the whole idea of what Sherman Wells does, the whole idea of what we do, the whole idea of what Sister Cheryl Wesson does. Again, telling the truth and getting this information is gangster, especially when the powers that be, the people that you're reporting on, don't want you to know.
Messing with your safety over doing this, man.
That part.
And we talk about it all the time. So that's what we call it, News Gang, because that's what it feels like. Feels like you got to do something in your neighborhood, and you kind of got to get with some other folks that also want to protect the neighborhood and protect each other, just to live, just to talk, just to tell the truth, just to inform each other. And that's what it is. So don't get it twisted. Even the mainstream media that we always are reading between the lines and changing and challenging the narrative of, they're also News Gang too. Individual reporters going out and getting those stories, trying to stand on some integrity. The ones that aren't bought in the news organizations that are bought and purchased. There's still a lot of people out there, man. I know that a lot of you are on TikTok, and you guys see journalists all the time resorting to doing their news on TikTok because they can't really do things on mainstream journalism all the time. And you can see why. Here's some of the things that we're seeing right now. And especially with this administration, war on telling the truth. Say something, uncover something, and they'll go after you. So this is what's happening, and this is really what's going on. And I appreciate this story. I was very, very much interested in this story too when I saw that. Like, they were just like, nah, you're not going to give us a whole bunch of regulations and things that makes us so that we can't really tell the truth. we rather walk. I saw an interview from one of the reporters that was like, we'll figure out how to get our information from the outside. We don't need to be in the room if they're gonna do that. We ain't learning nothing in the room anyway. If it's
Man.
gonna be like that.
And again, only one one network signed on to this very conservative One America News Network. Apparently, its management likely believes it will have greater access to the Trump administration officials by showing its support and now being the only exclusive news network with access to the Pentagon. Yeah, expect some interesting news to come out of there.
I was listening to some entertaining news at the very least.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy. 8:15 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, let us know how you feel about all those things. Anybody who is doing that, is in the news gang. We want to especially hear from you. Have you ever gotten any threats? What's going on with how it is that you get backlash for what it is that you post. We'd love to hear from you. Really appreciate you very much. Also, Anthony Rogers right in the chat says we must also make sure that we don't mimic the oppressors in the system by being selective about who we feature and who we don't based on relationships rather than facts, whether we like them or not. I can see that. Absolutely, for sure. Hopefully we are providing a type of platform that would allow for more of that, because I definitely believe that as well. So I appreciate that. Before we get to the next subjects, I just want to jump in and give Miss Erica Felt a shout out. We already talked about her earlier. She's a friend of First Guy Omaha, chat chimer, and content creator alumni, as a matter of fact. And she was the one who brought up this story about the child care provider. She's the child care provider, our resident child care provider, information person. Her and Gwen Easter teach us a lot about what's going on in the child care industry. And shout out to her for that. She also brought up that what's going on with the government shutdown and what's happening with SNAP. She put this in Friends of First Guy Omaha too. She says it happened effective October 20th, which is in 3 days. Below is the link to what I've posted. Please check on your clients, coworkers, and neighbors because people will be hungry next month. The cutoff age for dependent children has been changed to 14. For some groups, the lifetime limit has been changed to 3 months. The work requirements currently don't start until your child is 5 years old. It appears that on October 20th, that waiver has been eliminated. Mothers must immediately go to work in order to receive food stamps to feed themselves and their newborn baby. Please share so people can be prepared. Here's some of we looked at it. Here's some of the things that they're saying here. On July 4th, President Donald J. Trump signed public law. One Big Beautiful Bill Act includes changes to SNAP eligibility. The following changes will take place in Nebraska. Modifications to SNAP work requirements for able-bodied adults. OBBBA changes requirements for able-bodied adults with dependents subject to 3 months of time-limited benefits. Age individuals between ages of 18 and 64 are subject to ABAWD work requirements. The age of a dependent child has been reduced to a child age 13 and under. The following exception changes. The following three exemptions will be removed: veterans, homeless individuals, and individuals aging out of foster care. A new exception has been added for Indians, urban Indians, California Indians, and other Indians who are eligible for Indian health services. Interesting. I'm sorry, I'm getting to the next page here, which is this one. Availability of the standard utility allowance based on receipt of energy assistance. Households receiving a qualifying low-income home energy assistance program payment must contain an elderly or disabled member to have the SUA automatically applied to their case. Alien eligibility. To receive SNAP, you must live in the United States and meet one of the following criteria: be a citizen, be a lawfully admitted or permanent resident, green card holder, be a Cuban or Haitian entrance, or be authorized to live and work in the United States under the Compacts of Free Association. Eligibility for refugees, those granted asylum, and any other not explicitly included in the list above are removed. These changes will be implemented with initial and recertification applications starting on October the 20th. If any of the above changes affect your household, please report this information when you submit a new SNAP application, complete your next recertification, or report a change. So,
sorry to have you read all that, But all of those changes are going to be null and void
Okay. Why is that?
because there's going to be no SNAP for anybody, even if you qualify for those changes due to the shutdown.
The shutdown.
Yeah. Again, I've been kind of, talking about it, but Heather Williams, yeah, Heather Williams, in the chat, no shutdown at all, or excuse me, no SNAP at all next month due to the shutdown. Yeah. Associated Press. You said when those changes go on, the 20th?
20th.
Funny thing is, Associated Press is reporting states like Minnesota are preparing to tell recipients on October 21st that benefits will not be issued for November, barring any changes.
Wow.
So not only are farmers not producing food, not only will there be tariffs on food being imported, but now people relying on SNAP won't get that. They're going to be telling y'all to eat bread here pretty soon. Or what was it? Let them eat cake. That's all. That's where it's going.
Talk to your black friends if you're not black. Black Panther Party started the food program, Breakfast for Kids, that the government supposedly does now because of because we've been here before. It's 8:20 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we're around that time of the show where we start talking about what we got to do for each other, what we got to do for self. Because it's almost like we talk about the issues and the things that are going on and the things that are being put upon us for most of the show, and then we get to this point like, well, what do we do? Well, there's going to be some people that fight against this. That's a lane. Another lane is let's figure out how to take care of the ones of us that needed the SNAP in the first place, and figure out how we can put some things together to help those folks that are not going to get it. Medicaid is under attack as well. There's a bunch of stuff that is happening, and you're right. I almost forgot that we got a government shutdown right now. None of this stuff is happening for anybody right now anyway, let alone what they're going to peel back when they finally get the government back up and running, if they ever do.
And he's claiming to eliminate all quote unquote democratic programs.
Right.
So
Heather Williams, we really have to look out for one another. Trump during this last term wanted to start sending food boxes and throwing paper towels into the crowd. Wanda Lewis says, looks like we have to gather out our canned goods together, collaboration on the food. Of course, like I said, man, black people been through this. We've been living through this for a lot of years. We got a lot of solutions for survival. If you need some tips, not just on what to do, but also how to feel about it, how to act on it, doing what you got to do. There's a lot of people that suffer too. There's a lot of people that don't make it through, so we got to figure it out. Majid Miller-Jenkins says, we are using the 50501 protest as a donation drive for local mutual aid groups because we saw this coming months ago.
Nice.
Solutions. Anthony Rogers Rice says mutual aid, and also we can't let the nonprofits do to mutual aid what they have already done to organizing. Yeah, let's definitely talk more about mutual aid. Those you chat chimers that know about it, let's gather some information up. Let's talk about it. I mean, we have somebody on the show talk about it more again. We got to get to the solutions of it all.
Actually, speaking of that, I just saw a report on several organizations coming together for that very reason as far as mutual aid. I have to find that 1 second.
Yeah, we'll take
you have to look at that.
Again, we're gonna definitely shift and talk about this more. This is also something that we're going to talk about here. This is another reason why we're having this fun fest as well. We really highly encourage everybody who is a fan of the show or a chat chimer or a friend of First Sky Omaha to come, because we have to provide more situations where we can come speak face to face. This part of the strategic communication is the neighborhood association meetings, like Kimmer Snipes taught us, is the town halls that Kimmer Snipes and other people are starting to have more. You can see that when we first started this, we were saying, where are the town halls at? There ain't a whole lot of town halls happening. Everybody got a town hall now. And people are starting to see the need to really get together, get face to face, and have some discussions. So I highly suggest you still join your neighborhood association. Highly suggest you go to the school board meetings, speak to them. highly suggest you get together on your own or go to some of these meetings that are put together for you. But even if they're not, get together. I remember my grandfather talking about the dinner parties and stuff that they had back in the 60s and 70s where, black intellectuals would get together and have some discussion on some things and figure some things out. And that was spread to the community. We don't have the same situation we used to where the churches were the main source of strategic communication. It's not really like that so much anymore. So we got to find new ways. And that doesn't necessarily mean leaning on social media as much as we all do. We have to find other ways. One of those ways is to live alive with one another, speak face to face. So we highly suggest you come to the Fun Fest. It'll be a celebration, but also an opportunity to get to know each other face to face and speak on some things and figure out how to get together. Anthony Rogers Wright says the best book out there for mutual aid is right here. He's about to drop it.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah, learn more about mutual aid for sure. And I love it. Wanda Lewis says Willie Hamilton can do can only do so much. They're requesting donations as well. Don't forget, Willie Hamilton, Black Men United, have one of the biggest food pantries, food giveaways on the north side. Line be wrapped around the corner, and it's very consistent as well. They've been doing a good job, but like Wanda Lewis said, he can't do it all. Can't do it all. Majee Miller Jenkins saying mutual aid demands the understanding that we are all we. We are all we, and we are not free until we are all free. Starting with food liberation processes. This is why these neighborhood gardens and stuff like that is so important as well. People reaching out and just being able to help.
Yeah, I wonder if the garden at the Malcolm X is still active.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'm not sure. I know Leo Lewis was heading that up when it was happening, so I hadn't heard much about it. But yeah, there's some places that are some land there. I know that the BAA is trying to activate some of that land over there as well. But we need to check it back in with like Clarice Dombeck, who was really kind of heading up a lot of these neighborhood gardens around and letting us know what's going on and the organizations that are doing this work as well. So we'll definitely talk about, you can start with food, start with clean water. Got to start from scratch.
Yeah.
Housing,
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Community-owned grocery stores. I know we just talked about one closing in Florence, Food Desert in the North Side. It's an idea.
It is definitely an idea. So we'll talk more about it. I love the fact that this conversation kind of changed to this mutual aid idea. So now we're got that in our brain. Let's start looking up some stuff. Where did you tell us about that book? Let's see. Let us know about that book, man.
I'm trying to do the knowledge.
Do the knowledge. I appreciate that. Tony Johnson, Nebraska SNAP websites all have shut down. Disclaimer blaming Democrats. That was
really?
Yes, bro. Yes. And as a matter of fact, I think it was Epley Airfield. It was in the news. Epley Airfield was supposed to be playing this clip that blamed the Democrats for the shutdown. They refused to do it. So I'll try to find that. But yeah, this is interesting. These messages. Go ahead.
I did see about that. I was watching CNN clip, and governor or senator out of Minnesota or Montana was talking about that very thing, and he was blaming Democrats and saying Democrats are to blame for this government shutdown, and government shutdown is leading to flight changes and things with the FAA, and they're basically blaming Democrats. And I mean, it's kind of feeling very like when the Nazis started blaming Jews. I mean, just start creating problems and point at groups.
Go that far because the Democrats ain't the people. So I don't know if I would say that. I feel like it's both their faults, to be honest.
Listen, anytime you select a group of people and start saying those people are the reason that your life is going bad,
true that.
It's dangerous.
True that.
However you want to, identify the group.
This is the organization I was looking for. Thank you, Anthony Rogers Wright. The Free Farm Syndicate has been doing mutual aid better than anyone in Omaha before mutual aid was even a cool thing to talk about. Free Farm Syndicate is what I was thinking of when I was last I got introduced to that was through Clarice Dombeck. So that was also Alex. I can't remember Alex's last name, but yeah, some friends out there that were telling us about some of these organizations. And yes, I wonder. I'd love to know about how many people have really been helped by Free Farm Syndicate and some of these other neighborhood farms that really help with the food, with the mutual aid situation too. So I appreciate that. Interesting. We're coming up on 8:30 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we'll take a quick break and we'll come back and continue the last half an hour of the show with a few things that we want to talk about, especially in the Love Supreme department. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're listening to First Guy Omaha in the morning.
In the morning.
Paul B, buddy to God. Stay tuned, y'all. Welcome back. First Guy Omaha in the morning. Paul B, buddy to God. Man, I want to give a shout out to our brothers, man. This cat, I don't know if you know who Anton X is, man, but this cat is a native artist out of Omaha, Nebraska.
Told you.
A Lakota brother and a Umahan artist. We always talk about the Omaha tribe that allow us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Yeah. This brother is from the tribe. I got to get on the Breakfast Club. This was so awesome to see. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but go to YouTube and check this out. History is made, the brother said. He said, my interview with the Breakfast Club is officially dropped. I had the honor of doing this with my brother, Natani Means. We spoke on the Indigenous Peoples Day, Native hip hop, and some stereotypes. We even shouted out Black Hills powwow for taking Gathering of Nations out. Said this was possible because of Yanasta Lone Wolf. She worked so hard to amplify Native voices. She connected us to these platforms, and now we have the honor of working with Keisha Digital Kish because of her. Their hard work and belief landed us on the Breakfast Club. Thank you, everybody. Please go below the comment section up and show love, support. This was huge. He really kind of bigged up Omaha, bigged up the tribe. A lot of history, a lot of history lessons, a lot of lessons about just the Native people. Also, just representing the others. Spoke some actual Native language. Talked about the language being preserved. It was really a really great interview, and very proud of this artist, man. Go check out his music, man. Yeah, Anton X representing Omaha in a big way, bro. Love Supreme Warrior out here doing the thing. I appreciate him and everybody who's associated with his camp for real. And shout out to the Breakfast Club. I don't shout out the Breakfast Club and Charlamagne the God too much, but shout out for having this on, bro, for real.
Yeah. Again,
proud moment.
Kind of shouted out Antoine X a couple episodes ago. I reminded y'all, man, very, very diverse. When you don't think about Nebraska as being diverse, but you look at some of the arts that's coming out of here. Of course, we talked to our brother Eduardo last week, and then of course you see brother X getting some Antoine X getting some love. Look out for Kusher Schnazzy as well. I represent our African brothers and sisters. So yeah, man, Omaha putting it down.
I love it. Yeah, so I just want to give a little shout out, man. A little Love Supreme shout out for sure. Appreciate him on there with all of that. Appreciate you guys in the chat too. I was looking at here. Mama Guy said, "Good for Epley that Gnome has the whole video on loop to play at airports. They refuse to play that video. Really interesting." Imagine Miller Jenkins says churches aren't safe spaces for everyone. I don't think really churches are doing the same kind of communicating that they were doing back in the past. That was kind of the only place you can go to. We definitely have different communication styles now anyway, but a lot of people still get their information from the church. The church is a huge community here, but you're right. It's a different time. It's not everybody in the black community goes to the church. So it's a different situation for sure. Also, RG says you'll have to drop the HTTP for it to appear.
Now he's trying to help Brother Anthony Rogers, right? I guess the book that he was trying to share is a link that he's having trouble sharing in the chat. So yeah. Appreciate the effort though. If you can get that, yeah, let us know, man.
Yeah, at least give us the name. Thank you. Alex O'Hanlon. That's what I was thinking of. Yep. Hit me to a lot of the work that they're doing with the farm stuff too. Shout out to her. She's also on One Omaha over there with Kimmer as well. So,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Alice is cool. Gets down. Also, where was I at? Pop says gaslighting is their modus operandi. Really? Yeah. I mean, it really is. That's the gaslighting is real. Anthony Rogers Rice says Natani is a true brother. He was a big part of organizing the Red Warrior camp at Standing Rock. Right. Talked about that, man. Talked about the protest that they did with the oil, with the pipeline. You know, yeah. I mean, it was really, it was kind of the epitome of what I feel like First Guy Omaha does. He's an artist. He's there to talk about his art. He's there taking a stand. He's an activist. He's there. He's an organizer, organizing his people. He's been active in local politics, active in the protests. Antoine X in his camp, very proud. And Natani as well. I'm very proud of what those cats were doing. So, yeah, it goes down. We got to figure it out. Anthony Rogers Rice says Maji is right. Black, queer, and trans people are not safe in too many black churches. All Black lives matter. None of them do. Yeah, there's a lot of people, not just queer, black, queer, and trans people. People that are of different religions as well. There's a lot of Muslims in Omaha too.
Man.
Really vibe too much with the Christian churches, and also just I think that religion in general is something that people are kind of keeping close to the chest these days. What they do, who they are. A lot of these things are universal in all walks of faith. We need to be able to find food. So we kind of concentrate on those things, man, instead of getting to these debates on those things so much. I think all of us really, are when you have love, then I feel like you gravitate to a higher power in the first place, and we all know that that's really what the only thing that's going to solve any of this stuff. And we all have our different versions of that, but in the end, we know that. When we're thinking about strategic communication, though, there's not many places that everybody goes to together like they used to back in the day when it comes to church. So that was kind of the reason why it was such a strategically important spot to communicate, was because everybody was there. Everybody's not there now. So where does everybody go? Where can we, in this day and age when it's easier to just text somebody and be apart? How do we get together? What reason do we have to be together face to face anymore? We got to find reasons. We got to make reasons, because I feel it's going to be a huge part of this. So I had a great conversation with Terry Sanders over there at Omaha Star. We talked about the fact that this is getting ready to be the 200th year of the black paper. And in a couple of years, it'll be the 200th year anniversary of black papers in our country. And the importance of those. We talked about, everything back in the day. We talked about the Black Panthers paper that they were putting out, and how that was the only source of information at one point in time. We talked about the Omaha Star being a player in the game, longest running black owned by a woman newspaper in the country. There's so many things that have helped us to be able to inform each other over the years when it came to the newspaper. And I see a lot of people going back to physical media.
Oh, yeah.
As artists, I'm seeing that happen first. People going back to tapes, CDs, records, and in the news gang, I'm definitely seeing that too. I just read an article about The Onion, the satirical website, The Onion, that puts out those funny satirical headlines. They put out a run of 800,000 papers of their latest issues and sold all of them. People are hurting. People are hungry for media that doesn't get manipulated and changed online. So something to think about when it comes to strategic communication there for sure.
Yeah, I think I seen Vice News. They're rolling their magazine back out as far as printed media. Whenever I see a brother on the street with the with the bean pies in the papers, I cop one from him. So yeah. It's definitely man. Yeah. But strategic communication. I mean, I think that's the reason it's the First Amendment. You know, it's regardless of how the technology goes, humans are going to have to communicate some way, shape, or form. And you know, especially with the AI, can you trust it? You know, the way we have historically communicated, the way that we are used to communicating, is changing in real time before our very eyes.
There it is. Let's talk about it more when we see you guys at the First Sky Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration that's happening tomorrow at the Omaha Press Club. It's a happy hour, so it's 5:30 to 7:30. Short little presentation. We'll give away some awards. We'll give away some accolades. We'll do some appreciation of everybody who is in the game with us, and everybody who's a friend of as well, and just people out here that's just want to be informed and be able to spread the good word and really help people understand what's going on around them so we can make some change. And we're going to celebrate that tomorrow face to face. Good opportunity to meet the crew, meet the fam. And so we highly encourage you to come through tomorrow and participate with us there. We put the link in the chat for the Eventbrite registration. Please fill that out and let us know if you're coming. Be great. A little bit of food. It's a free event. Come on, check us out. Really appreciate that.
Come through, live alive. Big shout out to everybody who's already registered. If you haven't, come through.
There you go. It is at 8:40 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, that is, we got about 20 minutes left in the show. I know there were a couple of things we wanted to kind of bring out here before we got to it, but I want to make sure that we give a little time to the Love Supreme today for real, because that's still what it's all about for us. So I know that you said a little earlier, buddy, you had some things you wanted to speak on when it came to D'Angelo in particular, and just some ideas on what it is we can do to use, to gather together for those kinds of things, that the art that also brings us together. Sometimes it's more than just going to some of these town hall meetings and whatever. Sometimes we're brought together because of the art and the artists, and art and artists do that. They really do that. They're the ones that really bring people together in the first place, and we can utilize those times to speak face to face and get something done. So what's your thoughts and feelings on Love Supreme on this Friday, brother?
Yeah, man. I've actually kind of went down a rabbit hole myself. I saw a post or a excerpt or a speech or poem really from Saul Williams. And I posted that on my social media. You might have saw that, Paul.
Yeah.
That's honoring. It was towards it was about really Questlove, but D'Angelo. Yeah. Thank you. It's about D'Angelo, and but one part that really jumped out to me, talking about the Love Supreme and art in general. He used art in the sense of Saul says art in the sense of thou art God from the Bible, and using art as that connection between thou or you, the individual, and God, the higher self, that I'm omnipresent energy that we all are a part of and is a part of all of us. And the idea of that's what it's really about, is again trying to come together on some kind of common ground, and music is usually that common ground, most commonly actually, again the universal language of music. And again, the relationship as we prepare for this fun fest and honoring strategic communicators, and the connection that we kind of realized between strategic communication and Love Supreme warriorship, I would really say is one and the same. The only difference is that Love Supreme has that spiritual element, which is it's almost like the same note on a higher octave. If you
like that,
picking up what I'm putting down. Again, things that we can't necessarily express through mediums like print, digital, even podcasts and things like that. Music, even the sounds can sometimes communicate those things, and D'Angelo was definitely one of those ones, using his music, using his talents, using his voice to speak specifically to Black people, which is something that I also want to hammer home as we prepare for our fun fest. And again, you kind of mentioned as far as having the power of making a declaration, declaring what something is and speaking to that thing and being about that thing and speaking to the people for the people. And D'Angelo was definitely about that. Of course, I kind of mentioned on Wednesday a little bit of his journey as far as his body and what he represented as a sex symbol, and trying to go away from that. And towards the end of his career, with albums like the Black Messiah and the Vanguard, again, really being not just a sex symbol, not just a pop star, but a real musician, a real love supreme warrior, speaking directly to the Black people and the Black experience, and making Black music and not being shy about it or apologetic about it. There's a lot to be learned from that.
Making protest music with it, and even.
Yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are familiar with the How Does It Feel and, Brown Sugar and a lot of the love music that he made. But if you haven't heard the Vanguard, the Black Messiah and the Vanguard, his last album, listen to it.
Definitely. By the way, Brown Sugar's #1 on the charts again.
Man.
How it happens. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate you saying that too. And really what pulled together. I really feel like it's there's nothing that pulls people together like art. You can have your differences, but you will get together on especially music, not just art, but the art of music especially is a great unifier, and just really pulls people together and gives a soundtrack. You can't even have protests. You can't even have a revolution without a soundtrack. It just doesn't even work. So it's always going to be one. And there's people like here that are doing that, man. Love Supreme Soldiers for real in a big way. And I'm glad we spent a little bit of minute, recognizing one of the ones, for me, one of the ones.
Oh yeah.
I have people in the 7 artists that I feel like are the ones that this are spiritually speaking to us. Those of you that know me know that I'm a huge Prince fan. That was devastating when he passed away. He's one of the main ones that is built the 7s as far as we're concerned. D'Angelo is another one for me. Andre 3000 is another one for me. There's only certain people that I will put on that upper echelon. So this was very, very devastating to hear what happened to this brother, and he's not done bringing folks together for real.
No.
Did more with 3 albums than most artists do their whole career. So with that, I want to jump in the chat here. I let the chat get away from us a little bit, but I appreciate you guys that are continuing on in the chat. Also, a little bit of what we've been talking about is still here in you guys' comments. Majid Miller Jenkins is saying, in the most highly propagandized country, it is vital that we have non-biased news options that remain truthful. Yeah, that's a tough one, but yes, you're right. Kimmer Snipe says, I met a woman in Detroit that has her own news outlet she created. I told her about First Sky. Can't wait to get y'all connected. Great. Make them connections for real. Marlon Harrison says, I promise I won't be eating all the food. Talking about well, he got that rep for going back for some plates, bro. We knew you was coming, bro. We ordered enough food, so you come on through and you do what you do. Yeah, Fun Fest happening tomorrow. There will be some hors d'oeuvres. There will be some food there for y'all to come through, and it's a cash bar too, so you can have a couple of cocktails if you want to. Come on through and just live alive with one another, man. Grease the wheels, have some conversation, and get together. So yeah, I appreciate that, Marlon. Pop says, yeah, the church, barbershop, and beauty salons were the main points of information dissemination for Black people in the past, but it's different now. It's also some of the same. We were supposed to have Brother Joshua on, who has a barbershop out in Lincoln. We'll have him on again at some point too, and a couple other barbers that I'd love to have on as well. That still do it, man. You still go to the barbershop even more than ever these days, seems like, and have these discussions there. There's reading programs and stuff that for the kids that barbershops have gotten together and put together. There's a lot going on, especially for barbershops and beauty shops. Still, not so much the church, it seems like. But definitely, extensions of that though. I think of like Revive magazine and Empowerment Network, people like that are still heavily involved in the church, that are disseminating information outside of the church that way with stuff like Revive magazine and so on. So there's still the influence there, and the ability and the reason why people want to get together and still disseminate information. But yeah, the method of doing that changes all the time. We just really have to figure that out. Anthony Rogers Wright has got a quote saying, we are not going to use this platform to yell insults and imperialism. As we say in Africa, when your house is on fire, there's no point in beating your tom-toms. That's an interesting quote. I never heard of that. If your house is on fire. Interesting. Yeah. Time for some action is what it sounds like to me.
Hey, time for some action.
There you go. Tony Johnson is not saying you have to politicize local entertainment events, but if you look back to Black Power movements, local music events were vital in communicating political and advocacy agendas. Yeah, there's really not, like, if you're going to have a rally, if you're going to have some protests, you need like a Danny Reyes out there DJing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, like it is that if you're going to have something, you got to do it. We call it First Sky Omaha Stage, because any event that we want to put on is going to have that. You're going to bring people together with the entertainment, and you're going to have a word to say about what's actually happening during that situation, during the show. Because you got to use the platform. We're pulling people together. If they're together, let's talk. Tony Johnson says, walk through North Omaha and there is no visible message of opposition, just the visual glimpses of a community struggling. Interesting.
Okay.
Yep. Anthony Rogers right. Too many people conflate of opposition messaging with being disruptive. Ernie Chambers of yesterday would be rejected by many so-called black leaders of today. I think he was getting rejected back in the day. They thought he was too radical a lot of times. So it is what it is. Yeah, appreciate you guys' comments. Appreciate your thoughts on these things. And you know, we're always trying to kind of wrap some of these things up together when it comes to, you know, the struggle, the action that needs to be taken, but also, you know, what tools do we use for that action? That part. What Love Supreme is all about. Yep. That part.
And, you know, use the tools at your disposal. Really.
Most def. Anthony Rogers, right? I know you play bass. What you been doing musically lately? Let us know, man.
Yeah, what's your lane?
Put it in the First Sky Omaha jam session back together or something. What is your lane? We'd like to know. Don't forget also, speaking of Love Supreme lanes, because the movie Malcolm X really sparked some stuff in me when I saw it the first time back in the day. Spike Lee will be in town on November 16th. Shout out to Film Streams putting these things together. Most def. And they're doing a retrospective on his films right now, so you might be able to even catch the Malcolm X film with an audience at Film Streams. Definitely go to the Film Stream site, check them out, see what they got going on. They're supposed to be playing a lot of his films in the latter part of this month. And then he'll be here at the Holland Performing Arts Center on November 16th. Feature 9. Shout out to Film Streams with their feature sets.
Hey. Yeah. Speaking of films, don't forget my Omaha. Is that still filming? Is that still showing?
Omaha still out there too. Yeah, man. They everybody's showing me pictures of the opening night. I'm all jealous. I was mad I didn't get to make it. The opening night looked hot.
Man, sold out, man.
Sold out.
Shout out to Nick and Leo.
Yeah. Yep. But it's still in the theater too. Definitely check that out. You know, check out Film Streams, man. Film Streams is the only art house theater that we have in Omaha, Nebraska. And there's two locations and 4 screens. So and they're doing what they do, what art house theaters do. They don't just play mainstream movies. They play movies that are important culturally, movies that are important to our communities. And they have Q&As, and they have the filmmakers there to speak on the film, discuss it together. It's definitely one of the things that we feel adjacent to with what we do here at First Sky Omaha, the way that they use a film to be able to speak the important documentary films and movements and everything else. We just went to one at Film Streams over at the Ruth Sokolov Theater, kind of north downtown, and it was about vaccines because of everything that's going down with Kennedy. And right. So members of UNMC and people were on this panel that spoke after the film, where we got some facts about what's going on with the vaccines, what happened with the pandemic and so on and so forth. And it was a very enlightening conversation, important conversation. I just thought, man, where else do we do this around town? We get together and sit there and watch, you know, get educated on something, and then be able to speak to, you know, the people who made the film, but also the professionals in the field, and really learn something.
Man, yeah.
Shout out to Film Streams, bro. They're the only ones doing it out here like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. There's no other way to really watch a film like that. Like, that's a very unique experience, and Film Streams is the only place that I've ever experienced it. So if you haven't been, hey, stop tripping. Do yourself a favor. Check it out.
Stop playing yourself.
Man.
Hey, Roger says, bass keeps me sane. Winter cookout and jam. Let's do it. I heard that,
okay,
bro.
Okay. Winter jam. I like the sound of that.
Wanda Lewis says, I was thinking about having a musical event for hunger and we'll collect funds and dry goods. What do y'all think? See? Solutions.
A worthy endeavor, especially now.
Yeah, we'd be down for it. We'd be down for it for real. Love that. I feel like the Deuce is getting ready to be kind of headquarters for a lot of that kind of stuff. This last
Hey.
event I went to with the Pull Up and Vibe Cats, that crew there, giving away some awards and stuff and showing all the showcases. I'm like, yeah, we could. It's, it ain't nothing to block this street off and go ahead and do some things every once in a while here on a regular basis.
Man, make it happen.
Revitalization of the Deuce. There it is. Got about 6 minutes left in the show, buddy. How you feeling over there? What's going on with you?
Man, I'm feeling ready to get up out of here, man. Got to make my way to the airport and make my way there. So, yeah. Goodbye.
I love it. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and do that, man, because you got to get on the plane very shortly. Buddy will be in town. He will be in town tomorrow for the First Guy Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration. Celebration. Highly encourage you make it. Come on through again. I'm gonna put that Fun Fest in registration in the chat for those of you that haven't done it yet, and I'll be looking out for some instructions on how to get up to the event at the press club. Definitely highly encourage you to do that. Come through. We'll have a good time. Buddy will be in town, and we can all meet face to face and live alive with one another at the First Sky Omaha Fun Fest fundraiser and celebration. Going down. With that, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody that joined us today. We'll get out a little early today so Buddy can get on this plane and we can get it moving. And, that's all that's going on in our world right now, man, is getting put this event together. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We'll do it, and we'll put it together, and we'll do more of this kinds of stuff because I really feel like we got to figure out how to change up our strategic communication in a big way. We always got to be on the lookout on how to do that based on the climate that we're in a big way. So is what it is. Buddy, you got some final words for the people?
See y'all tomorrow.
Yeah, well said.
That's it.
I like that hat too. Somebody said something about your hat earlier. Yeah, that's dope. Legalize being black. That's what's up. Please do.
Yeah.
Pass some laws.
That part.
Shout out to the Omaha Tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before you. Shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you. Thanks for getting up early this morning with us and providing some context, providing some great comments and good discussion. Really appreciate that very much. Heroes 402, appreciate you. Mayor Sanchez says hit the like button. Hot the like button. Make it hot.
Make it hot.
Make it hot. Like and subscribe over there on YouTube. Do us a favor, share the show on Facebook even after the live. Also, just remember, man, live stream is where it's at as well. You can't really fake a live stream quite yet. AI can fake a whole bunch of stuff. So if you know us personally and you know this is not AI, then maybe that's a way that we can really continue to transmute some information together here so we can know what it is.
Yeah.
RG says, catch y'all tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperating so it ain't a contest in the wet t-shirt contest in my all white outfit. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Come on. Look, this is not a thing for you to come here all sexy on at the show here. So you bring a towel with you or something. You do something. I don't want to see no nipples at the Fun Fest tomorrow. RG.
Peace, y'all.
Peace. They're out of here. Peace.
By the way, Van Williams. This is protected by the Red